The 2019 Canadian Rally Championship started in the deep cold. Then climbed to great heights, followed by a coastal battle. 3 different winners and 7 teams stepping onto the national podium. The championship is wide open. As the teams arrive at the 4th of 8 rounds, the midpoint could be the turning point. With everyone playing coy about their championship intentions, is this where they finally show their cards? This is Rallye Défi. Welcome to the small town of Montpellier, Quebec, where the peace is about to be shattered by the roar of rally cars. Rallye Défi traces its roots back to the early days of rallying in Canada and still demands respect from the teams. 27 teams have gathered to challenge 21 special stages comprised of technical forests, spectator areas, and high-speed tarmac. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada, confidence in motion. The stages go live with the team of Joel Levac and Stephanie Lewis first on the road.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Et gauche, 100 mètres pour gauche 3, donc côte à monter, s'ouvre, garde l'intérieur, donc côte à monter, s'ouvre, garde l'intérieur.
With a mix of experience and technology, the pair in the World Rally Spec Mini is always a threat for the win, and they set the early pace. But Rallye Défi is known for being hard on equipment, and on stage 2, Levac's front wheel shatters, taking him out of the lead.
Gauche 4, pont. Gauche 4, pont, il reste 2 kilos. 100 mètres, il reste 2 kilos. Pour gaucher, pont à fond.
Defending champions Karel Correa and Samuel Joyal take advantage of the opportunity. They've proven that they have the speed and endurance to go the full distance at events.
Gauche 5.8 short, 100.
They're clean through the first loop.
Gauche 6 léger, par crête, en descente 80, gauche 57 short.
Maxime Lebris and Annick Barrette have had problems with their new car this year. They're hoping to turn it around here, but this rally starts much the same. The rough roads bend 3 out of 4 wheels. Miraculously, they avoid any flats. Bent wheels are also the bane of Steve Hobbs and Philippe Poirier in their Subaru, but their damage results in flat tires.
Droite 6 short, jump maybe 150, droite 6 short, 200. Gauche 5, danger, garde le centre, c'est rough en montée après. Gauche 5, après ça danger, garde le centre, c'est rough en montée. 150.
They're a team with speed and talent, but they will have to push to overcome these early setbacks. When you fall off the horse, you need to get right back on, and Dave Wallingford has taken that sentiment to heart. Recovering from a broken back, the American driver has come to Canada for more stage miles.
6 left tightens, 5 over crest 30, 5 right 50.
David and co-driver Leanne Janilla are quickly back in the groove. Sylvain Eriksson is stacking the deck in his favor by enlisting 5-time co-driver champion Alan Ockwell. They're taking few risks as they find their rhythm together. Defending 2-wheel drive champions Wim Vanderpoel and Brian Lord set a blistering pace, but a timing calculation error results in a 2-minute penalty. This puts them on the back foot, requiring a big push to get back into contention. It's a tall order. This opens the door for Patrick and Dan Cyr to finally show what their rear-wheel drive Toyota can do. They're into the class lead early on, but the veteran duo of Mathieu Leblanc and Eric Dubé are breathing down their necks. The first 2 stages proved to be a lot more than just a warm-up for most of the drivers.
First stage we pushed a lot, but 4K before the end we destroyed the mag wheel. We hit a big rock on the road, so We just complete the stage, and try to finish and change the flat tire at the end. So that's work. Now we will continue to push the next one.
It wasn't that bad, actually. With the recce car, we thought it would be a wreck, those big rocks and stuff like that. And we had cautions everywhere in the notes. And when we were in the corner, nothing was there. We just felt like everything was good. So, it was pretty different from what we had done in recce with the recce car, actually.
It went well, compared to a few guys who did some flats. We were able to avoid them, but, we bent a couple of wheels. Luckily, it didn't lose time for us. We're able to keep going. The guys right now are fixing the transmission, but we're going to be okay.
Oh, they gave us 2-minute penalty, so it's rally. It's part of it. He made a little mistake. Next time I make a mistake, we solve it together.
It's been an adventure this morning. That stage is probably the roughest stage, I'd say, of the rally. We bent 3 wheels the first run through, so we kind of just made it through the second one, then our comms weren't working on the second one, so it was a bit hectic, but Dan, my co-driver, was just calling out 3s with his finger, and we just made sure that we just didn't go in the ditch or make any big mistakes, and amazingly came out on top.
Despite the rain, the fans pile in for the spectator stages which close out the day's competition at Rallye Défi. The Quarry is a perfect venue to get close to the action, and the teams put on a show. The slippery mud and gravel causes a major shakeup in two-wheel drive when class leaders Patrick and Dan Sear get high-sided on an embankment, costing them enormous time. Vanderpoel and Lord jump into second place in the class, chasing down the leaders LeBlanc and Dubé. At the end of the day, Levac leads Carey by just over a minute, with Labrie, Wallingford, and Hobbs rounding out the top 5. LeBlanc leads Vanderpoel and Sear in two-wheel drive. Only 7 stages into a 21-stage rally, and the action intensifies after the break.
Subaru has been in Canada for a long time, building a reputation as champions in the toughest of conditions. 13-time Canadian Rally Manufacturers Champion and counting. Claim your own piece of history for $29,995. Subaru, confidence in motion.
Welcome back to Rallye Défi, round 4 of the 2019 Canadian Rally Championship. The Friday stages are challenging, but the veterans know that day 2 is when the rally is decided. With a 1-minute lead, Joel Levac and Stephanie Lewis lead the teams onto the stages. Having faced the roads here in Montpellier before, they know a conservative strategy through this loop of stages can lead to the win. Their lead gives them a small margin, but a flat or damage would see that quickly disappear. This duo have proven they have both the speed and the patience to win events. Carey and Joyal know any attempt to reel in Levac would require big risks. It's better to let the ever-changing fortunes at Rallye Défi play out before committing to a push. They hold steady in second despite brake problems.
Gauche 6, 200, gauche 5 moins sur crête 50, droite 4.
Having fought through bent wheels in the first loop, Labrie and Barrette managed to hold on to third. But a damaged drive shaft leads Labrie to believe they have a flat tire. They only stop long enough to discover there is no flat, but valuable time is lost. Steve Hobbs and Philippe Poirier are on a charge behind them. Their morning push has already overtaken Dave Wallingford for 4th place, but their progress up the leaderboard is slowed by another flat tire.
vite. Ben, il en reste pas bien long. Gauche 3 sur crête et droite 6 long. J'ai plus rien avant. Droite 4. Et gauche 4 long.
Wallingford isn't overly concerned with losing the position. The event is only reaching the halfway point, and the event is a stepping stone on his road to recovery. After a slow start, Sylvain Eriksson and Alan Ockwell are getting faster as each kilometer clicks away, but they're about to find the car's limits.
Right 5. Oh my God! Right 5. Oh no! Watch out! Okay, we're stopped. Yeah, something breaking the suspension. Yeah, okay, so we'll get out my side.
Eriksson and Ockwell's rally ends in the swamp. Starting the day with the class lead, things start to go pear-shaped for Mathieu Leblanc and Eric Dubé. They are battling steering issues, the car is all over the road, and they are losing time.
50 mètres, en montée, cross tenir centre, suivi de droite 4 sur gauche 4, droite 4 sur gauche 4, sur cross tenir droite en descente gauche 4, suivi de droite 5.
Wim Vanderpoel and Brian Lord are on a mission to recover the 2 minutes they lost with the penalty. Stage by stage, they're carving away at the deficit despite a mysterious loss of horsepower. Rounding out the top 3 in the two-wheel drive class, Patrick and Dan Sear are on the limit to make up time they lost in the gravel pit. Halfway through Rallye Défi, and Levac extends his lead by another 30 seconds over Carré. Labrie manages to stay just ahead of Hobbs in third. Leblanc leads two-wheel drive, but the gap to Vanderpoel is shrinking.
Lots of rock, so we try to escape lots of place. It's very rocky inside and outside. So, but we're just running very good pace, and everything is good.
We had a great stage. It was fun. We played around and got in the trees a bit, but nothing to worry about. But roughly at the middle of the stage, there's a left hairpin, and as I pulled the end brake, the brakes in the back, I don't know what happened, but I had no brakes anymore. So good thing we had a valve to cancel the back brakes, so that way we could keep going, and only the front brakes were working. But I don't know how many time we lost, but I think it wasn't that bad.
Things are looking okay. In the first pass of Helmet, we thought we had a puncture, so we stopped as a precautionary measure, to check the tires, and tires were okay. But we lost a bunch of time just getting out of the car, and getting back in and getting strapped up again. So, but beside that, things were okay.
The gap just went down to 3 seconds with Wim in the last stage. He took us 3 seconds in this one. So we're working on a problem we have with the vehicle on the steering wheel column. We're going to manage to fix it, to go back, and then we have another service after, maybe to make sure that everything's okay for the long run after that.
The rain isn't making it easy.
When the roads are wet, it's just that the grip level is lower. On asphalt, it's not that bad, but on gravel, it can turn to mud, and then mud is like ice, so that is really tricky.
More Rallye Défi after the break. The morning and afternoon stages at Rallye Défi are split by the spectator line Montpellier Super Special, and the rain hasn't kept the fans away. Combine slick roads, horsepower, and hundreds of fans, and this is what Canadian rallying is all about. But notably absent from the fun are the race leaders, Joel Levac and Stephanie Lewis. An engine problem has prevented them from making the start of the loop. Rather than risking further damage to the car, they've decided to retire to diagnose and return stronger at the next event. This catapults Karel Carré and Samuel Joyal into the lead of the rally. Avoiding most of the carnage through the first half of the event, they've now got a significant lead over Labrie in second. Despite being a young team, Carré and Joyal are both second-generation rally experts. The mission now is to manage from the front and take home the win. On the other side of the equation, Maxime Lebris and Annick Barrette also know that pushing to make up a gap of several minutes would only result in breaking or crashing the car. Given their string of bad luck through the first half of the season, they would rather take home a podium finish.
In gauche 5 short, in droite 5 plus, half long, 40. Mid left on crest, 100.
Levac's DNF also moves Steve Hobbs and Philippe Poirier up into third, which means that Hobbs is now within sight of his first national podium finish in years. But with 2 loops of stages still to go, can he defend his position to the end?
50 gauche 6. 150 droite 5 plus sur crête à 50 gauche 3 intérieur à la maison.
Dave Wallingford and Leanne Junilla aren't going to make things easy. They've been consistent and fast from stage 1. David Berube and Marie-Lou Leblanc have also been playing the fast but smart game. They're punching way above their weight, leading the regional rally this weekend and cracking the top 5 overall.
3 cotes, don't go wide. 11 pont. 50. Gauche 3 cotes. Et droite 5 se referme en 4. Gauche 3 cotes. Et droite 5 se referme en 4.
Mathieu Leblanc and Eric Dubé continue to struggle with steering issues, continuing at a reduced pace.
Suivi de crosse sur droite 5, tenir centre. Suivi de crosse, tenir droite sur droite 5. Crosse, tenir droite sur droite 5. Suivi de crosse en descente, gauche 4 plus.
Their lead over second place is shrinking, and by the end of the loop, Van der Poel has closed the gap to within 10 seconds of the class lead. If LeBlanc can get the car fixed at service, it'll be an epic fight between 2 talented teams for the top of the 2-wheel drive podium. Carré, Lebris, Hobbs, Wallingford, and Berube make up the top 5 with 1 loop remaining. LeBlanc holds on to a slim lead in 2-wheel drive. It's the last chance to regroup at service.
We'll keep it clean again and make sure that we're there at the end and keep having fun for sure.
Just keep it on the road, basically. You know, there's Karel is 4 minutes in front of us, and Steve is around 1 minute behind us, so we're gonna play it safe.
On a pris la 3e place. La stratégie, là, c'est peut-être plus de regarder ce qui s'en vient derrière par rapport à ce qui s'en vient devant.
It's gonna be a long stretch to the end to make sure everything stays in place. You know, car's running good. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing right now and bring it back home, you know.
It's the run to the finish at Rallye Défi after the break.
Subaru has been in Canada for a long time, building a reputation as champions in the toughest of conditions. 13-time Canadian Rally Manufacturers Champion and counting. Claim your own piece of history for $29,995. Subaru, confidence in motion.
The teams are about to start the final loop of stages here at Rallye Défi, round 4 of the 2019 Canadian Rally Championship. Even though it's a repeat of the previous loop, the teams can't let down their guard on the run to the finish. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada, confidence in motion. Karel Carré and Samuel Joyal lead the teams on the stages. With over 4 minutes in hand over Lebris in second place, they could lose a minute per stage and still take home the win. They have been in this position before, and they know the drill, smooth and steady to the finish. Despite posting stage-winning times in the 2-wheel drive class, Patrick and Dan Sear could not make up the time lost in the gravel pit and will have to settle for 3rd place. The battle between Leblanc and Van der Poel has pushed them far ahead of the Sears. Leblanc and Dubé pulled out all the stops, but with the time lost due to steering problems, it just isn't enough. With the fight going right down to the wire, Van der Poel and Lord overtake LeBlanc and Dubé on the penultimate stage. But on the final stage, Van der Poel's dash lights up with warnings. The engine loses oil pressure. The defending champ opts to keep the throttle wide open. It's either win the rally or blow the engine. In the end, they take home the win, but by less than 8 seconds. An incredible example of exciting two-wheel drive action. David Berube and Marie-Lou Leblanc finally end their string of bad luck here at Rallye Défi. Though they were finally unable to catch Wallingford in fourth, a top 5 finish and the regional rally win puts smiles on their faces. A solid 4th place finish for Dave Wallingford and Leanne Junilla is a great step on Savage Dave's return to full potential.
Set 5 left, continues over jump.
This team will be looking for more when they return at the Pacific Forest Rally in just a few weeks.
5 minus right, into crest 30.
Steve Hobbs keeps his foot to the firewall through the last loop. Hobbs and Philippe Poirier can't catch Labrie, but they hold on to the 3rd spot on the podium.
Garde la droite et gauche 3 après crête, attention. Après pompe, après crête, après 3. Et droite 3, don't cut, short.
Maxime Labrie and Annick Barrette are finally rewarded with a podium finish in their new car. They play it smart through the finish to collect 2nd place. If they can build consistency, they could challenge for the championship next year. But it's the defending champions, Karel Carré and Samuel Joyal, who earn the win here at Rallye Défi. Carré, Labrie, Hobbs, Wallingford, and Berube are your top 5 finishers. Van der Poel just squeaks by LeBlanc at the wire to take the win in two-wheel drive. At the halfway point in this season, Carré has a 16-point lead over Levac, with Labrie only 7 points behind. The next 7 drivers are separated by less than 10 points. But today, it was perseverance and skill that won the rally for Carré and Joyal, a crucial win for the defending champions.
It's first time winning here in Défi. We've been running this rally for years, and we've been looking for it for a while, but now that it happened, it's pretty good. I feel really good, actually.
It's really awesome, I'm really proud of the guys, worked so hard to get the car prepared and also during the rally. My feeling is getting better, but I still have a lot to learn, I saw some times that Karel did on a few stages, and I need to find a couple of tricks to match these times, that's for sure.
Très beau rallye, un petit peu de difficulté. On a toujours réussi à rattraper avec les gars de service. Les notes étaient bonnes. Philippe, super rallye.
We pushed it to the end as hard as we could. The last stage, lights came on the dash and Wim didn't lift. He's like, we're finishing this thing and we're going to win it or blow the engine. So.
As the champagne sprays and the crews celebrate, thoughts turn to the second half of the season. To this point, all teams have been cagey about a true championship hunt. But with the defending champions now in a position to repeat, will this be the tipping point that lights fire in the points race? Will Levac and Lewis go west to try to take over the lead? Can Carré and Joyal follow him to defend? There are still 4 events left in the Canadian Rally Championship. Plenty of points, stages, and teams to keep the fans on the edge of their seats.